Good evening. I am hoping you're enjoying the series you're listening to so far. Tonight's episode is Part 8 of PFBI. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Hey there. Sorry if I come across strange. Ever since I opened that damn safe, my head's been killing me. I've lost track of how many headache pills I've tried to take. I've tried to reach out to Joseph, asking him to ask a doctor for any suggestions. So far, no luck. As for the office, it's beyond strange. Hardly anyone's here, like almost nobody. It's not like I missed a memo for a vacation to the beach or something. I don't even remember hearing any rumors of Mr. Monkeysuit himself going on a raid firing people. I wish I knew what was going on. Hell, I haven't heard from Selena for a long time either. I'm hoping nothing bad happened. She's not the person to write or anything. If she wanted to tell you something, she'd go and tell you in person to make sure she was understood. With no one there to answer the doorbell kept ringing. Which is strange, considering I didn't even think we had a doorbell. If you know the asinine feeling of having to walk to a door a football field away while the doorbell is constantly ringing, you'd understand my rage during that walk. I pushed the big red button that says, "Push in case of guests." Afterwards, a giant bunker door slid open, slow as hell, as if people didn't have enough time already. In the distance, I saw two silhouettes walking inside. I was already agitated and didn't want to wait. It was this guy with this other dude. Like Master Chief standing to a regular-sized dude. Sorry about that. It seems like everyone went on a sudden vacation. Prisoner transfer? You could say that. The man stated in a gruff, monotone voice. What's your rank? I need someone reliable to take this pain in the ass off my hands.
Hey, I thought you were cool,
Joe said, looking at the burly man. My rank is classified, even to outside organizations. Besides, I'm the only one here. No one else is gonna take this pain in the ass anyway. Well, this kid ain't exactly human anymore. I doubt you could keep him in check, the man said, giving me a once-over. What choice do you have? Either you leave him with me, or you can be his babysitter as I walk you two in. Anyway, I know this guy. We had a chat some time ago. I looked back to Joseph. Do you know the term USPM? Never mind, I outrank you either way. How else do you think I found this location? Dex. I mean, it was really easy to find with my skills.
Are you guys really gonna just ignore me?
Joseph sounded irritable. My eyes lit up at hearing the term USPM. I recall reading about them in the Reddit posts. I wanted to screw with this guy. I don't know why, I just did. Would your skills include losing your arm? Personally, I'd put that as a lower rank considering my own skills of keeping my limbs attached. My eyes shifted to my arm, finally healed after Selena broke it. Ah, good times. Listen here, you little shit. He was getting pissed. I had to hide my smile. I lost this arm thanks to Abraham. I learned my lessons trying to tangle with something who would turn you into Swiss faster than you could say Mississippi. The pounding of my headache brought me to my senses, as fun as this was. Look, my head's killing me. You coming in with him or not? Leave him if you want. I doubt he'll be any more trouble than you're making him out to be. Whatever. Joseph, I'm leaving you here. Cause any problems and you'll have a terrible day. Before he left, though, the man approached me. He was much more intimidating up close. Take this. If you're such a high rank, you'll know what to do with it, he whispered in my ear before, heading out the way he came. Looking at it, it was a helmet of sorts. Holding it in my hands felt familiar somehow, though I don't recall seeing it before. I looked towards Joseph and gestured my head towards the building. Come on, fridge is full of food about to spoil this week.
Finally, someone is actually acknowledging my existence. I could really go for something to eat right now. I'm down.
Did you really need someone to acknowledge you for you to exist? Damn, man, you've changed. I wasn't sure if I would get the reaction I wanted from him. If Master Chief asshole said he was a pain, I wanted to see how much.
I'm not the only one who's changed. You look like shit.
He responded with as little ill intent as someone could give the meaning. Well, to sum it up, I started dating a coworker. But the little shit cut me off.
Oh well, that makes sense. Never date a coworker, my man.
Let me frickin' finish before you go on a rant, dammit. Anyway, she's broken more bones than I can remember, yet I still love her. Strangely. Met the CEO, everyone disappeared suddenly, then you guys show up. Oh yeah, I found this strange safe too. My head's been killing me ever since I read the files in there. You got the doc on speed dial or something?
Yeah, I know the feeling. I do have him on speed dial. Been needing his and Rachel's help so much lately, it's kind of necessary. Conveniently, I happen to have a bag they put together for me, just in case anything happened while they were busy. Take this.
He handed me a vial of some kind of rancid liquid. What in the holy... bleh. Is this edible? I feel I'd rather eat food that's gone bad.
The smell is way worse than the taste, trust me.
I stared at him, trying to see any sign of smug in his face. If there was a smile, he hid it well. I drank the liquid. My stomach felt like it was punched by a gorilla, then tossed in the ocean and used as shark bait. I might kill you. And the thing is, there's no witnesses.
Wait!
He said in a panic.
I think I accidentally gave you the one that makes you sterile.
Why in the hell would the doctor put that in your medicine bag? Did he want to ruin your life? Do you want to ruin my life? Now I know you're bullshitting me. As I was yelling, I felt my head no longer hurt.
No, wait, you're good. I just remembered I was fucking with you.
Clearly. Look, let's get some food. I haven't eaten for a few hours.
Yeah, I haven't eaten in a few days. Some food would be nice.
He responded matter-of-factly. We entered the kitchen shortly after. Joseph's eyes stared at the multitude of gadgets we had just lying around, as if they beckoned to him to mess with them. Go ahead. Touch him. Find out what happens, I said as I headed for the fridge, getting some food.
I feel like I'm probably gonna get shocked, but Rachel said my soul is more resilient than before, so I'm gonna touch him anyway.
He proceeded to approach the gadgets. After picking one up and meddling with it, he was disappointed to find nothing happened. Ah, the good old fake gadget trick. You'd think we just leave stuff like that out in the open? We keep that shit under lock and key. Anyway, take your pick. I pointed towards the fridge.
Weird things have happened. Not many people expect to see their wife dead in front of them, twice. Or their wife's murderer sacrifice themselves for their friends. Gonna be real, weirder things have happened than gadgets laying around.
He said while rummaging through the fridge. I wanted to comfort him, at the same time be a smartass about it. Damn, I'm sorry to hear that. If I were to give you an award for the most depressing backstory of the year, you'd take second. Rubber would take first for having to deal with you.
Post-traumatic is basically my base setting now. Also, fuck you.
He retorted. Yes, so there is a god. Well then, thank you, God, for helping me to manage to piss off this thorn in my side. I tried my damnedest to hide my smile. Anyway, just make sure to put your food in this microwave. Put it in negative time, not forward time. You want to eat your food, not make a science experiment with it.
Negative time? What is it, some kind of time machine microwave?
He said with a laugh. That's exactly what it is. And don't go crazy with this one.
Oh. Okay.
He proceeded to put it in for negative 4 weeks. He opened the microwave, seeing a living chicken inside. To say he was astonished would be an understatement. Well, you went back too far. Just move it forward a couple weeks. Should be good, I said nonchalantly. Joseph looked at me like I didn't see a chicken inside the microwave. Because I didn't. I saw food. Look, don't judge me. This isn't the darkest shit I've seen, okay?
Wish I could say I haven't done weirder.
He responded before closing the microwave and setting it forward 2 weeks. This time when opening the microwave, an entire cooked chicken rested on a porcelain plate. He took it in his hands and carried it to the table to devour his meal. I think that might be 3 meals, actually. Oh well, it would have gone bad in a couple weeks. I reverse cooked my food in the microwave and sat down to eat as well. So, how's your chicken? Any feathers?
Not to my knowledge. Hey, do you guys have steak here? I've got a real hankering for some red meat.
He said, mouthful of a drumstick. You planning on eating an entire farm? I asked, though his appetite looked like it wouldn't slow down anytime soon.
Look, I haven't eaten in 3 days, and apparently when your soul gets stronger, you need more food to keep it up.
He suddenly went soap opera on me.
Is that what you want? Your best friend in this sad, empty building to die in front of you? So you can mourn and cry over the one person who understood you.
He was slowly making his way back to the fridge. Okay, freeloader, eat what you want. Just throw the plate back in the microwave to return the food back to food before putting it back in the fridge. I don't want to explain it, just do it. You'll see why.
Whatever,
he said before throwing an old ribeye on the plate and tossing it into the microwave. What concoction are you thinking of? I said as I eyed the plate suspiciously. He turned slowly with a cocky grin plastered across his face.
Chicken steak,
was all he said. A thought entered my mind after he said that. What would it become if it went backwards too far? A mischievous smile plastered my face at that. When it went off, he pulled the steaming pile of... I don't even know how to describe it.
It's probably edible,
he said before taking a bite of it, before even sitting down.
This is the best thing I've ever tasted. Want some?
No, thank you. I've tasted something better. The enjoyment of pissing off others. So satisfying. I can taste that all day and not get tired of it. Joseph suddenly became serious, which looked weird since he still had a mouthful of chicken steak.
So, are we gonna get down to business or what? I know the government didn't bring me here to enjoy this glorious masterpiece.
There it was, what I've been trying to ignore. I sighed as I thought back to the device still in my possession. Yeah, finish what you've got on your plate and wipe your face clean, then we'll get this over with.
You can just interview me right now. I already told the USPM everything after they abducted me. Now that I think of it, shouldn't you guys be sharing information since you're both government-led organizations?
His voice was far too carefree, given what I knew came next. Not exactly. I've requested anything I and you post hidden from the prying eyes of my fellow coworkers. I had a favor from a hacker friend of mine. I need to get my typewriter from my desk so I can properly type this out. Procedure.
Hacker friend? Is it Dexter?
He asked with a surprising amount of enthusiasm. No, a younger guy. Onyx. I'm not sure how to spell it. He's the son of an eldritch being and a human, or something like that.
Ah, no clue who that is, but at the same time it sounds the same either way you pronounce it. Just go get the typewriter. Terry might start fucking shit up if he doesn't know where I am.
He paused momentarily.
At least I hope he would.
Semantics, and I doubt anything stronger than a Hulk on super steroids could scratch that door. Anyway, I'll be back. I walked to my desk and picked up the old typewriter as well as a few sheets of blank paper. I placed them on a cart before moving to the kitchen. I took out the headpiece and analyzed it. The letters etched on the inside read PHI. Weird. Wouldn't it read USPM? Looking at the device felt so familiar. It caused a dull pain to form in my head. Let's get this over with before my head kills me. I wheeled the papers and typewriter back to the kitchen. I saw an ungodly pile of food scraps on the table upon arrival.
Alright, what's the first question on the list?
He asked with a loud belch. What in the hell happened to your stomach?
Just a little bit bloated is all. Was that really the first question?
No, just a warm-up, I said as I loaded the typewriter with paper. Alright, first question. How long ago did this event happen? followed by you explaining what happened and with who. He got another chicken steak before sitting back down to answer the question.
Like a month and a half ago or so. Mayrod was fucking up everyone pretty bad when Chad and I got there.
He shook what I assumed used to be the drumstick around before continuing.
Seriously, she had everyone on the ropes, using some dude's body to copy people and then make clones of souls she's taken in the past. Oh, I also got bit by what used to be my wife, and the Doc and Rachel had to use their medicine skills to prevent me from dying by becoming a vampire.
He took another bite of the drumstick, signaling he was done. Hold up, you're a fucking what now?
No, they had to stop me from becoming one, but some of the effects still went through. Slightly boosted physical strength, stronger soul, and now I kinda need to have steak every day. That's just about it, though. I don't even have fangs or anything like that.
So that's how you're gonna spend your paychecks now. On steak. Think you'll have enough for rent? Or are you planning on eating yourself out of a home? Look, I'm not qualified to interrogate someone, but no one else is here!
Bold of you to assume I have a job. This whole PFBI thing kinda kept me from getting a job, so... Every time I would get an interview, you guys would hack into my computer to try and get me to join you.
He took another bite.
Now I can probably join up with any one of those paranormal organizations that kill people.
He paused.
I'm joking, yeah, I still got my human morals.
You still got your smart-ass remarks as well. Next question. Were there any other organizations with you?
Yeah, the USPM was there. Tucker, Dexter, and Jacob. I don't know if you'll have to redact that, but hey, more work for you.
As if my work's gotten any easier. Next question. Who brought you here and why? Also, how the hell did they find this place?
Jacob, the guy who came with me. Then there was some Men in Black looking guy. He wasn't really the talkative type.
That still leaves my previous questions. Why did he bring you here and not to his base? And how the hell did he find this place? No one's supposed to find it. No one.
Well, Jacob seems pretty high on the corporate ladder. I presume he got the information from either one of his hacker buddies or he's a higher rank than you'd think. As for why I'm here, the only thing they told me is that you guys would have more questions for me. They wouldn't elaborate.
Interesting. Is there anything you feel is missing? Something I haven't asked? Anything at all? I was expecting a smart-ass answer out of him. God knows what he'd say during a food comatose state.
Yeah, there actually was one other thing. The house we were in. Is it possible for a building to be alive? Because from what I saw, it was ever changing. The way it screamed when we burned it down gave me chills.
I'd have to ask a friend about that. He might be able to fix it? It's not your house, is it? I'm not who you talk to for that.
No, it was Mayrod's, but we already burnt it down. There's likely not much you can salvage from it, no matter who your friend is.
Fair enough. Only one last thing I need from you. It's a newly implemented rule and a pain in the ass procedure. I readied the headpiece out of Joseph's line of sight.
What is this gonna do? Read my mind or something? If it is, you probably don't want to see what it's saying right now.
He let out his laugh. It's a more accurate truth machine, not that heartbeat brainwave reader. Here, try it on and let's test it.
Alright, beam me up, Scotty.
I set the piece on his head, fastening it tight to ensure it wouldn't fall off. Okay, first question. Do you hate my guts?
Honestly, you're probably the only human that can't gut me like a fish in half a second. All in all, you're an alright guy, just following orders.
The device did nothing. Huh, must have forgotten to turn it on. Let me just flip the switch. As I did, Joseph began to violently shake. His eyes rolled to the back of his head. It looked as if his body was being electrocuted. The process lasted for a few seconds, then it stopped as suddenly as it started. Joseph sat hunched over, barely conscious. A few seconds later, he slowly lifted his head and looked at me, bewildered. He looked around, filled with curiosity. Joseph? You okay there?
Huh? Are you talking to me? Why do I feel pissed off?
Who else would I be talking to? The realization began to settle in my mind. I had just erased Joseph's mind and memory. The pain in the ass, thorn in my side was no more. It had filled me with loneliness rather than joy.
Yeah, I don't really know why I'm here. Sorry, did I hit my head or something?
Yeah, something like that. Hey, do you have a phone on you?
I don't know. Maybe?
He checked his front pockets and pulled one out.
That's what you're looking for?
I tried to stop myself from quivering. Yeah, I need you to find a contact by the name of Terry. I need you to call them and hand me the phone.
Yeah, sure, one sec.
He scrolled through the contact list, which was surprisingly long.
This one that says, next to it? Wait, what?
Yeah, hit the dial and I'll do the talking. Oh shit, I didn't know how the hell I'd be walking out of this alive.
Alright, calling.
He handed me the phone. I held the phone to my ear and turned away so that Joseph couldn't hear this discussion. Halfway through the first ring, the receiver picked up.
Joseph, where the fuck are you?
He sounded like a mom, worried but angry. Is this the legendary Slenderman, also known as Terry? I was trying not to shit my pants, anticipating his response.
This is Terry. Yes. Who might this be? I know you aren't Joseph.
I could practically hear the static coming through the receiver. An employee of the PFBI, one who would consider Joseph a friend, which is why I called you.
Can't recall him talking about any human friends. What happened? If you give the wrong answer, I am prepared to kill you.
He definitely planted malice in those words. You're focusing your rage at the right person, but the wrong organization. By request of the USPM, Joseph was to be interrogated. Afterwards, I was shaking from the terror of what I was trying to say.
Who is with the USPM? One moment they want to help us take down a murderer, the next day they're trying to take care of a liability.
The intent was poorly hidden within his words.
I hope you don't mind telling me where you are right now.
That wouldn't help at this point. After the interrogation, Shit, how should I say this? His memory was wiped. Joseph, as you knew him, is gone. I gulped, anticipating to be killed on the phone.
No, you don't understand. That group was using you to handle their dirty work, along with all the paperwork. They're likely waiting for the right time to show back up.
I listened to the empty hallways, trying to hear any sound of intruders or the like inside the building. Nothing. Yet, at least. We don't have the manpower to fight them off, nor to refuse their requests. They'll likely destroy his phone if I give it to him to track his location. Any ideas?
Hold on. Abraham just showed back up from his search.
There was a muffled discussion going on between the two of them until he came back on the line.
Alright, I just need you to stay on the line a little bit longer. Abraham is getting your location.
The hell is this? A PFBI location bargain sale? Alright, please be full battery. I looked, about 25% remained. Echoes of metallic thuds began to resound in the distance. It sounded like it came from the front of the building. Just use the damn doorbell, asshats.
Just stay on the line for 10 more seconds, and we'll head there right away. Just so you know, if you're lying to us, there are fates worse than death.
A large sound came from the entrance, followed by men barking orders. What the hell kind of firepower are these guys packing? I barricaded the kitchen as best I could. Joseph looked scared and confused from the situation. Hey, Terry, you might want to teleport, now?
I don't have the government funding for that kind of stuff. I live in an apartment for fuck's sake. I'm heading over in Abraham's car. Though, we have a shortcut. Try not to die.
He hung up after that. Sure. Yeah, it's that simple. The kitchen door began to crack under the pressure of the armor I presumed they were wearing. I pressed my back against the door, hoping beyond hope that it would hold. Seconds later, the door splintered apart. I flung forwards, my face smashing into the fridge. I blacked out after that. I woke up with a throbbing pain in my head. Of course it's back. My eyes adjusted to two figures standing over me. A freakishly tall and pale figure with no face, as well as an armor-clad knight from some time in the past.
Well, it appears this man is not dead yet. Wouldn't you say, Terry?
The armored knight said.
I guess not. He got pretty fucked up, though. Are you the one I spoke to on the phone?
Now that he was relaxed, his voice seemed unnervingly normal. Oh, you must be terribly sorry about Joseph. I felt the fear return as I recalled my failure to save Terry's friends.
Don't worry. We saw the entrance was demolished. No way a human like you could do something like that. It's strange that the government would send itself after itself, though. You got oil or something?
Terry asked. Probably in the fridge. It didn't sound too ridiculous, considering what it held.
It was a joke. Never mind. It's time to get serious. Did they leave anything behind that can help us track them down?
I thought back to the interrogation. The headpiece, the phone, the typewriter. Hell, we didn't even have security here. The head memory thing, though it's probably broken. The phone, unless it somehow survived the blast, should have got a Nokia. Maybe they left the typewriter. I can't think of anything else.
That should do fine, boy. Thank you for your assistance. If I may take the broken piece, I can fix it up. I helped design it myself, after all.
The armored man said in a rather cocky tone. I searched the pile of shattered wood, porcelain, hopes and dreams. I found the headpiece broken and in pieces, as well as the scripting. I considered keeping it for the collection, then thought of a better purpose for it. I handed the items to Terry. Here, take the scripting. I hope it helps him remember something. The armored man delicately took the headset from me.
Thank you.
He took my hand and shook it with what was probably minimal force for him, but my hand and arm still hurt afterwards.
The name's Abraham. Good luck with whatever finds you in the future. I really do appreciate this. Should any information come up, I'm sure you'll let us know.
I took Terry's hand as well, appreciating the fact he didn't feel like crushing my hand. They left with a wave and left the building. I plopped down on the ground and reflected on what had just happened. I'm glad I'm not the janitor. Anyway, that's what happened lately. I'm just gonna sit here for a bit until my body stops hurting as much. Until then, I'm your tired and in pain PFBI guy. Well, this part took much longer than I had anticipated, but if you've not caught on, there's a little trick. Every 4 parts of the PFBI is co-written by 4ShotBot and myself, and every 4 episodes we both decide we ourselves shall do each part. It's a little thing I'd noticed after writing Part 12, and I thought, fuck it, let's continue doing it because this is fun. And so far this is the longest episode of PFBI, and I have no clue if it'll be longer or shorter in the future. We shall see. Also, I have created a Patreon as of recently. If you'd like to sign up, I have left the link in the description below. Please do know it is greatly appreciated, but never expected. But thank you very much. At the moment of recording this, I have 2 patrons, Pimp Demon and Breaker 19, or also known as Lycan Trucker. and I'm very thankful for the 2 of those patrons who have signed up. Humongous thank you for 4ShotBot for lending his voice, his writing talent, and his characters for this part in the series. I do hope you've enjoyed this part immensely, and I do wish you a fantastic day, night, evening, morning, afternoon, whatever day or time of day it may be for you. And do remember, there's so much we've yet to understand in this world.